Hello, hello. A little bit dark. I'm just here parking the car. Trying to get a little bit of a view here. Oh, there you can kind of see it. So, what we're looking at here is Fraser. And he's like freaking pyramid looking thing here. And the building that it's attached to, you don't see the rest of it. It goes that way. American Embassy. That's the American Embassy in Ottawa. Kind of hesitant. Okay, I'll turn the light on now. Kind of hesitant to signal Frank that I'm here because obviously he's. Oh, no, he just signaled me. He's obviously under surveillance, so. Anyways, you can. Oh, you can still see the embassy in the back.
Hi, Fraser. What's going
You can
on?
see any snipers pop
Can
up.
you hear me?
Yeah, I was just saying.
Can you see
I don't know
that?
if you watched what I said.
Hi.
No.
No, I didn't
Oh,
hear
I
you
forgot
before.
the earphones thing. Just hold on a second. The earphones here. No, what I was saying was that I parked here. I have to park here on this side of the river because of parking on the other. Anyways, it's a winter parking thing. But I live like 10 minutes away. So I park on this
All
side of
right.
the bridge, and where I park, the closest place to the bridge, so really the closest parking spot, I have this building in the background. And what you'll see in the background here is, oh my goodness, what a noise.
All right. Can you hear me?
Here, see this building here?
Yeah.
That's the top of it. It actually, there's more to the building than that. That's the American Embassy. It's American
There you
soil
go.
right in the background. And as I was saying, just as you connected, I was like, should I signal Frank that I'm here? Because, knowing that you're most probably under government surveillance, if I signal
Yeah, probably.
you,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, they're right there, right? This is really suspicious that we're talking right now, especially given your past.
Anyway, what I wanted to
Fans
tell
of
you is
David Bucks.
I'm not. Can you hear me, Fraser?
Yeah, I
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you
me?
perfectly.
Okay.
Yep.
I am not feeling that well tonight. I'm a little bit nauseous. I just ate, and my stomach's upset. I don't know if I'll be able to do it tonight. I'm
Okay. No,
sorry.
no, that's no problem. I no, I
But
appreciate you saying that. I apologize
because
making jokes about
no,
America
no,
when
don't
you're
make jokes.
feeling
It's no,
unwell.
it's fine. No, it's fine. I can take a joke, believe me. But it's my,
No, I understand. No, that's fine.
I get certain days when I eat and my stomach gets upset. I get nauseous. Yeah, it's hard
Mhm.
to talk. You know.
Fair enough. No, absolutely. No, no, how do you say it? No need to say more. Need no, need no say more. No, that's not right.
Need
No
not
need to
say
say more.
no,
Need not say
no,
more.
something like that. Something like that.
There's a few words in there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry,
this is
Fraser.
yeah,
I
this is
know
a
you're
really
looking
short
forward to it
podcast.
tonight.
High
Yeah,
and by.
I know you're looking forward. I know you're looking forward to tonight, but I'm sorry.
No,
I feel
that's fine.
guilty.
No, that's okay. I had only actually recently studied in the last half hour. I kind of studied, looked at the full Psalms quote. There was some things came up in there.
Oh,
I had
basically,
one
one is
question in particular.
shorthand.
But yeah, no,
The
no, we can come
shorthand
back
is
to that. Yeah.
basically David's praising God to, for people and the country. We praise God. God will bless ourselves and the country. Basically, it's shorthand.
It is that. No, it was definitely in the details. But like I said, we can get back to it. There's just one
I'm
part.
sorry for you.
Oh, I don't have it
Yeah.
in front of me, but maybe I could say it and then we can chew
Well,
on it
if you
overnight.
want to take 5 minutes,
Um,
I'm okay for 5 minutes. After that, I don't know. I'm not promising anything, so.
like I said, don't have it in front of me, but basically it was in the sentiment has
Let
come
me
across
look at.
elsewhere in other discussions was you're the best of all the gods. Not the quote word for word, but you get what I'm saying? It's in there the first third or
Yeah.
so.
Well,
I can't pull it up right now.
because the Bible has never said there weren't any other gods, but any other
No, and it was
gods are actually demons. So yeah, that's the
we would
thing.
count them
So
as demons in the
or
Bible. But it was
pagan deity, something like that. Yeah.
so that was the interesting part that I hadn't really thought about that before. When we talk about the greatest God, we're actually talking about like almost a species of gods, and now there's one that's right up there at the top, which was
No,
it
well,
was just
I
like,
wouldn't go that far.
wait,
I
what?
would say
Like, and how far does that
say
go?
no,
Like,
no,
what?
no, no.
Mm,
There's only one. one God, one creator of the universe, one immortal, oh, I can't say immortal, but eternal being. Any other gods that we put in, pagan gods like the Roman and Greek gods, the pagan gods of Islam, well, it's bad. That might be a bad representation, but any kind of god that
But
we put
the other gods.
above God, the creator of the universe, is either a pagan god, false, or a demon. Because there are demons that do pose as gods.
But no. Okay, so I just need to get. Yeah, no, I got all that. So that there's others explanations, but not that. And it was interesting. I don't know why I'd taken it as that before. That, in a sense, the Christian ideology might be rejecting that entirely. No, that's just obviously just
Oh,
lies. It's all
absolutely.
lies.
It's actually
Whereas
Christian
not
logic.
in that we're talking about different terminology, but in fact, again, there's a whole, like I say, not
You
a
know,
species of gods, but
now that I'm talking,
there's a whole number of
false
beings,
gods. You gotta
entities
call them,
that
well, false
no,
gods.
not
You
even
gotta call.
false gods. Not we could call it false gods. I'm not even trying to get to the name of it. We'll call it whatever we want to
Okay.
call it later, but entities that are above human beings. That's what I'm trying to get at. Entities
Well,
above human
angels are
beings.
above human
We'll call
beings,
them
but they're
false
not
gods. We'll
gods.
call them this and that. But there's like
Well, Fraser,
thousands of them. And so that was just
there
where
are a
I'd
lot of
started. It's
beings
just like,
above
why
humans.
don't we discuss all those entities? That was just the starting of it, just based on that one line in the
You know,
chapter there.
I'm starting to feel better than I'm talking. Let's continue this later if you want. I'm starting to feel a little better.
Uh, okay, well, that's where that was my basic thesis. But like I say, I really only had about a half hour to look at that, and it was like, wait, what about all these gods? I want to talk about some of the. Well, I say gods. Now I'm going to put them in big quotation marks. But
Okay,
what about
God,
these other
yeah.
entities that are above or more powerful than humans? Like I'm trying to find a classification and then discuss all those with the full, like again, and within the Christian ideology, hopefully, with the idea that there's one, the biggest, greatest one. That's we won't discuss that, but just that all
Oh,
these
we
other
can get into
ones, I'm
that.
just
No, we
wondering
have
about
to.
them and how you
We want.
classify them. Like you say, demons and angels and these and that. I'm just, it was just like, wait, I haven't opened that can of worms before. So yeah, we
We'd
can come
have to
back to it
actually.
maybe in,
No, we would
yeah,
have to
sorry.
address God. The one God, at least the biblical God. Any other gods we're talking about, the God. We'll talk about him separate as the only God that we should worship. Others being false gods, human inventions, or demons and angels. We'll get into that. We can
Okay,
get into all
but
that.
just
Yeah.
when I say we don't have to talk about it, I mean just when we discuss all the other entities, we don't, I don't think, or I don't have to go into discussing the Christian God. All I want to discuss is all the other ones. So if it always have to say, we can say that this is one of the examples of a human invention of something trying to replace the real God. I mean, that's a fair comparison, but just trying to let's classify down all these other things that we might call, or that someone else is calling a God. That again, what the Christians, or what the Christian ideology would, I would say, label those as instead. And just get to that, because that it was just a fascinating kind of thought to me. But if we want
Okay.
to come back to it in like a half an hour, it'll give me time to kind of
It's
get
yeah.
across
It's
the bridge. If you're still
11:27
up,
now,
if
so
you're
I'll be up. No, I'll be
yeah,
up. I don't go to
if you're
sleep for a
still up
while.
and you feel for it,
It's
well, I'll check in with you
11:27 now.
anyways.
No, I think that I'm talking now. I'm I'm getting my blood flowing. I'm feeling a little better. So yeah.
It's good. It's
So I
better than
have
the opposite when we'd
yeah
start talking and you say, "Look, sorry, actually, I'm starting to feel nauseous," as we started talking.
yeah.
That's, it's a worse sign.
No, that's when I
No, but if you,
when I yeah when I start talking and I can start getting my blood flowing and start thinking. Get the juices going, so to say. I start feeling better.
what was I saying before? This is like your calling. This is whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
It's like,
right.
this
Yeah.
makes you feel physically better to do this. This is what you're
I was
supposed to be
thinking
doing
about
with
this
your
too.
life.
I shaved my head and my face because I want to look good for Fox News if they want me as a contributor.
I thought about that one. I'm like, wait, maybe Frank likes this. I don't know what your things are, but
I
I'm
do.
sure
I
there's like,
loved it when you said it. Absolutely loved it.
give me a
That
contributor.
was great.
Yeah, that's it. But it's that model, right? Because people hire, and it's like, I don't know what they work, those contributors or
Oh, I
correspondents
have
or
no
whatever they
idea.
call them, but it's like one day a month or something. It's that kind of business model, if you will. And maybe not just for you, but for like kind of, if any of us want to get the message out there, just start to spread the name and you just say, if you want to at the end, the network or something like this, brought to you by, as Sean might say, and
Yeah, yeah.
just to get out there, right? Because like you say, YouTube is really specifically not made for these kind of. Whoops, am I blocking the
Well,
camera now? I'm not even looking
no, no,
anymore.
you're right.
It's not made for that kind of
YouTube is actually
broadcasting
taking down that
necessarily.
conservative stuff.
But there's a
YouTube is
lot of
actually,
other
yeah,
mediums still. It's not like that's the
yeah, they're
only
all
playground.
absolutely. Like I said, Steven Crowder has built his own medium now. He's got his own website. He does his own thing. He doesn't have to answer to anybody.
Yeah, that's what Sean's building us.
I
The
would,
Mud
yeah, I
Club.
know. Yeah, right. The Sean Mud Club.
The Sean
Did you
Mud.
see the commercial that he put up a little while
Oh,
ago? He did
wow.
a commercial. Wasn't that great?
I was like, oh, that's what you've been doing since a week. Holy cow.
Yeah, right. That was absolutely fantastic. I loved it.
Holy man. Like, and I know I'm being dead, well, somewhat serious, like to get something professional looking that's worth paying money for, showing or a show off, like a showcase that then becomes either a platform to sell from or whatever it is. But again, it proves then when Fox is like, who's this Frank guy? Tappity tap. Oh,
Yeah,
he's talking for a while, or whatever it is, there
I
will be a
love
hook. And
it.
it maybe it's like Fox News Local. It's going to be, the
I love that
Brooklyn
he's
Borough
trying to sell the
Fox.
brand like that. That's a good commercial. Like, he's trying to sell the brand. It's fantastic. Something I could
Oh,
never do.
geez. Exactly. It's like, oof, it takes each piece of a pie. No, that's not the right. I
And
don't
I
know.
was
There's a metaphor in there.
just as an aside too. You had your video up before. You were talking about me giving good advice about the phone and your job and everything else, like being like, I don't know if an advice columnist would fit into that, but it or an advice guru on YouTube or something like that. But it sounds like that's where you're pushing me to.
But it was a weird kind of advice too. It's like you come to get advice, but not the advice you think you're going to get. But it's going to be
And it worked.
great advice.
But it worked. But it
Some sort
worked.
of
I can't believe it worked. I was hoping
exactly.
I
And it's
wasn't
like,
steering you in the wrong direction.
yeah, like
But
you're saying, oh, I have nothing to offer, but it's this unintentional, like the timing of it. Like I already had in mind to switch a phone, but it's like Frank is like, oh, we'd have like four, like right in a row, like 5-minute conversations or something. They got cut off. It's like, you got to switch your phone. I'm like, oh yeah, I got to switch my phone.
but look at this
And it
now.
happened to be if like within weeks of like being too early or too late to get this great deal and stuff. So it was
But look at this. You
unintentional. And like
haven't had any problems, and
and
you
you
haven't
weren't
had any
studying like
problems.
the deals in Canada or anything, but yet your
No, I
advice
wasn't. No, I
saved
had
me
no
like
idea what was going.
30%.
Yeah,
It was weird.
that's
So
unreal.
yeah,
I wish I was that lucky. Yeah.
it
Yeah.
was weird. But it's again, then Frank's advice is great, right? But he didn't mean it to be great. And I wasn't looking for that advice, but that's it. So you've got an advice column for people that call in and they call in with a problem, but you solve a different problem.
Dear Ab, you got
Like,
Dear Abby. Now you got Dear Frank.
that's it, dear Frank, dear Frank.
Actually,
And
my
that's
my
it. No, but
family
it's
my
that's it.
family calls me Franklin as a nickname. So it's like Dear Franklin or Ask
Dear
Franklin
Franklin.
or something.
It's got a certain oh, I don't know the American currency. Isn't Franklin on one of your bills? Is
Benjamin
it
Franklin,
Franklin?
the $100 bill.
$100 bill. Ask Franklin. That's not a bad
Yep.
catch, too.
And Benjamin Franklin was never president. Is he? I think he's one of the only ones
Oh,
on a currency that was never president.
and he got the 100?
And he got the 100. Yeah. Like Jackson got the 20. Lincoln got the 5 and the penny. Washington gets. I think Washington got the nickel. Don't quote me on that one. No, Jackson got the nickel. I don't know who Washington got. Uh, who's on the 5?
He's got the 1? Who's
No,
got the
Washington
1?
has the 1. Washington has the $1 bill. I think I don't know who's on the 5.
Okay.
I gotta look it up. But yeah, Benjamin Franklin. That's the one. What's the $100
100.
bill? I memorized that one. Jackson on the 20. Benjamin Franklin on the 100.
There you go. That's funny. Yeah.
Don't you have the
I
Queen on your currency?
had all sorts of people on ours. Sorry, there was some guy, like, there was a car behind, I think it's just a security car, like a rent-a-cop. And now someone's like, I guess he's just smoking a cigarette kind of in my blind spot. I shouldn't have parked in front of the American Embassy. This is a bad idea. No, we have all sorts. Now they've kind of changed our money. Do I have any money on me? So poor.
Yeah, they changed
Oh,
our
I have a
money too. Now
$5 bill.
It looks more like Monopoly
Hmm?
money for us.
Yeah, it's plastic. Check this out.
It's
Can you
plastic.
see me
Wow.
through that? Can you see me through
Wow,
it?
that's pretty cool. I can see through, yeah.
Anyways, it's a security thing, and there's another thing on the other side. It's got all shiny stuff in it.
The light's
Anyways,
actually passing
but you
through it
see
right
how you
now.
go through it? It's got
I
these
can see the maple leaf.
holograms.
Yeah, yeah, I can see the watermark through the maple leaf watermark.
There's a special thing you're supposed to line up. Anyways, but yeah, so it's got this guy on the back.
I don't know who he is.
His name is, I know him. I know all about this guy. Laurier. Wilfrid
Don't
Laurier,
know.
the first French president. Fucking I know. Prime Minister.
Okay, yeah, prime minister. Yeah, okay. Well, you don't have presidents. We have prime. We have the president. You have prime minister, right?
And on the back, it's, oh, you don't really see this very well. It's like a
No, I can't.
shot of outer space because we made this arm
Oh,
for the
okay.
space station, and we're super proud of
Oh,
the
that's good.
arm. We didn't make the space station, we just made the
But you
arm.
made the arm.
Canada made the arm, and we are so fucking proud of that arm. The Canada, I'm not, this is what it's actually called. It's called the Canadarm.
The Canada
And
arm.
every
Oh
Canadian
God,
knows
that's
about the
terrible.
Canadarm. We're
That's
super proud of
terrible.
our Can.
That word name is terrible, but that's a good accomplishment. That's great.
But look, I don't know if you see it very well, but it's like a picture of the space station and an
You know,
astronaut and the Canadarm doing something. Wait, let me
Fraser,
just
for
try to.
some reason,
The
I just
space
want to tell
station,
you,
you could hardly even see the space station in this picture.
yeah, because
All you
you
can
want to
see is this
focus on the
freaking
arm, right?
Canadarm. Like it's this giant robotic arm and this tiny little space station. We're so ridiculous.
Fraser, your camera's got everything reversed. So it looks like to me you're
Yeah.
sitting on the passenger side of your car, but I know you're sitting in the driver's seat, so it's like it's reversed.
No, we drive. No, that's real. That we actually drive. You didn't know that? We drive on the other side of the steering wheel. That didn't make
You
sense.
drive on the
That's
left
not
side,
true, obviously.
on the right side.
It's not true.
You
They
drive
do
it
that in
no,
England or something. Oh, now
no,
that
it's
guy's
reversed.
leaving.
Your camera's reversing it. I don't know if my camera's not. So if I
Yeah,
show you
that's true. Do you
something,
see that guy? That was the NSA guy that was watching me. There was the guy that was
it
smoking a
might
cigarette
is it?
like right beside me for the last 5 minutes.
Oh,
He
okay.
just pulled off.
My camera does it too. My camera does it too.
Yeah,
It's reversed. Yeah, okay,
I'm
okay. There you go.
pointing left. I don't know. It's just, yeah, I noticed that
I
before.
see you pointing left.
I tried to put up an image for my brother, and it was like, oh, that's backwards. So I had to use a mirror with it. Yeah, so I realized, like, I parted my hair to the right today. Anyways, yeah, everything's
No, I
backwards.
see
But I
everything.
realized,
Well,
yeah, in the
yeah,
car. So it looks like I'm
yeah.
driving like an England car.
On the yeah, right, yeah.
Weird. Okay,
Just
yeah,
out of
I know where.
curiosity, I'm a
Yeah, I
car
see
guy.
it.
What kind of car you got?
A Hyundai,
A Hyundai. Oh God, horrible
200,000
cars.
kilometers. Didn't do anything but change the oil.
How many? How much? How much?
200,000.
Wow, that's pretty good. It's like 130,000 miles. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and it's like 2015. I do a lot of
Wow, you
kilometers.
drive. Wow, you drive far. Holy
Oh,
moly.
lucky. Yeah, I got it used at 40 though, 40,000. So I've only put on like 160,000 in 2 years.
Still a lot. That's still a
Stupid.
lot.
Yeah, no, but it was actually really lucky. Like I got it at just a good price. Like I say, it's a year old, or maybe not even a year old, but 40,000 kilometers. So they just dropped the price right down. And then I'm worried, like, oh, it's a lemon or something. Like it's, like you never know when you're getting something that's. Anyways, I really like Honda personally,
Me too.
but
Yeah.
this one I
Well,
didn't know. But then, like I say,
I prefer
160,000
GM.
kilometers, and I've switched the tires and changed the oil.
That's
No
good.
other
Yeah.
problems.
The
Few
routine
little
maintenance you got to keep
electronic
up on.
things, but wow, yeah, no. So
I
maybe I
prefer
got lucky,
GM
but
myself.
yeah,
I like GM cars. In fact, my car was built in Canada. I told you this before, in St. Therese,
yeah,
Quebec.
that's
I have a
Saint-Thérèse,
2008
oui.
Chevy Impala. Yeah.
That's it. No, and so no. In terms of cars, though, I really want to get rid of it. I really don't like having something that has this kind of value. Even it's used, even now it's like doubly used, it's worth not much at all. Well, I mean, not much. I mean,
Yeah, right.
it's worth enough money, but I'm just saying that I don't like having anything I don't need it. It's like a luxury that I shouldn't have had. I should be a passenger. It would be just as simple, or it would be simpler. Then it wouldn't have this big load of, whoops, I got my thumb in the way. A big load of,
What'd you call me?
just a,
Okay, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I was referring to my car. It's a heavy load
I
that's,
know. Oh wait, what'd you call me?
it's the opposite, Frank. Like, it was like you were saying before, or you mentioned afterwards, it's like, wow, these conversations you come away, even just now, it's like, it lifts my spirit. It's like, no, Frank, you're the opposite. You're the wings. The car is dragging me down. You're bringing me up. No, this is good. I'm
Yeah.
glad it's true though. Wait, okay. I
What?
can't figure out how to see the time. I was saying, how long have we talked? Last time, like 15
Greg?
minutes. It
No,
was
I
an
don't
hour and
think
a
they.
half.
I don't think they give a
I can
time
see it.
for our conversations on here. I'm not sure.
I'm not really good watching because actually the other time Sean
No.
was commenting and I wasn't somehow seeing comments. I don't know how to do that.
You have to scroll. Okay, take your thumb and push to the left, and you'll see the comments come up. If you
Like
swipe
right now,
right,
I
the
see.
comments will disappear.
So when it says Frank is watching, that's the comments box.
No. Take your
I
on the
don't see
bottom of
it.
the camera. You see me? Your face on the bottom of the camera. Take your
Yeah,
finger and go this
that's what I'm
direction.
doing.
Go that. Okay, on the camera. You see on the screen. Can you see the comment section now? You have to move it.
But if I here, I'm just gonna say a comment.
I won't be able to see anything.
You can't see it?
I can,
Oh,
but
if
okay.
you
See, I
swipe.
swiped to the right. I swiped to the left, rather, and the comments pop up. If you swipe right, yeah. See, now I got it. See, yeah, a comment.
Yeah, okay, it did. Yeah, okay.
So if you
Because
swipe to the
before
right,
anyone puts a
go
comment,
to the hide
all it
button.
says to me is Frank is watching. But that's actually the first comment for me. I just got to remember that that's where the comments are. If I go here,
Yeah,
oh,
you know,
that's where I can invite. Oh,
okay, okay, there you go.
there's all sorts of other stuff over here. What does this do? Oh, I can remove you. No, I won't do that. That would be me.
You X
Okay,
me
anyhow,
out.
stop
Yeah.
playing.
You just
Oh,
switch the
jeez, no.
camera. You switch. Okay, there you go.
I should clean my
You
carpet
haven't
now.
learned how to use the phone yet, huh?
I don't know that. I don't know how he did that thing. What does this do? Oh, wait a second. Holy smokes.
That's
That's
a
on the
pretty good idea.
front of the camera?
Yeah,
I
and
can
that's
do it in
pretty
the
good picture.
dark?
And it lights you up
I
pretty
could,
good. I can see your face very well. That's pretty amazing. I
wow.
just want to see something on my. Now you got me curious here. I'm shutting off my monitor. All right, all right, no, that doesn't work for me.
But there was like a little thing at the bottom of mine, like there's a little lightning
you must,
flash.
you must have,
That's
you must have
off,
something I don't.
on. But there's not like a light in my face. I don't know how it's doing that. I just suddenly get
I don't
clear.
know.
Weird.
I don't know how it did that. I wish I knew how it did
Yeah.
that.
Oh, wait, is there someone behind me? It sounded like a snowplow was
Oh,
coming
Fraser,
behind
you
me.
gotta go. If you gotta go, go ahead. I guess we'll tip
Well,
the
maybe I
close.
go, like I said, I just got to get my butt back over across the bridge, really.
So what? Take you 20 minutes
Uh,
to get back? You want to?
yeah,
How long you gonna be? You want to? Did you even eat yet?
I did. I have a little bit of takeout here. I might eat that and then get back. So yeah, half an hour or so. That should be a half an
Sounds
hour.
good to me. 12:15.
Yeah.
Figure.
Well, see, might be. Give me like quarter after 12, maybe. Yeah,
I just said
quarter
that.
12:15. Yeah. Oh, was that what you
12:15.
said?
Okay. Yeah, sounds
Oh
good
yeah,
to me.
as you said, I was looking at. No, I'm like 44 plus 30. Yeah, 12:15.
It,
I
you're
might
the
still be.
mathematician.
My brain is slowly shutting off. That's okay. All right. Well, we'll see you soon then. Yeah.
All right, great. I'll see you in a little bit then. This
Yeah.
has been.